Hello everyone. In this video, we will see logical operators. In the previous video, we have seen comparison operators. Similar to that, we have a logical operators, but here things will work a little different, right? Let's see how things will work. Not much of a difference, very slight difference, right? So here, logical operators are and, or, we can also say not null, also we can say logical operator, right? Let's see how to use them. So what and will do? And operator to combine multiple Boolean expression to filter the data, right? How to write the syntax? So basically I'm going to give multiple conditions here, right? One condition and also one more condition. You can add one more condition, right? So depending upon the requirement, you can add the and operator, right? So I'm selecting all the columns from the table, select star from the table, where here I am adding one condition, gender equal to female, and marks should be greater than 50. So this condition should be true, and means this condition should also be true. And I'm adding one more condition, and this condition should also be true. So three conditions I'm adding. If any one fails, it is not going to return any data. So all the conditions should be true, right? So gender should be female and marks should be greater than 50 and ID should be greater than 505. All right, you can select right in any school or college. I want to see which how many females have secured greater than 50 marks, right? The student ID, I can just give some, maybe student's ID joined later after 505 ID. So I want to see those female candidates who secured maximum or greater than 50 marks. So that's how you can interpret. Let's execute this. And you can see that there are two female candidates and their marks are greater than 50. Yes, greater than 50. And IDs are greater than 505. Yes, 509 and 510. They are greater than 505. Ends with the 505. So this way you will be able to select any rows based on and conditions. You can add multiple conditions, right? If one of them is going to fail, you will not be able to return any data. So what I will do, I will just change it to 550. I don't think we have 550, right? So I will execute this. You see that none of the records were returned because these two conditions are satisfying, right? So this guy and this guy, but this guy is not satisfying. So it is failing. All right. So that's how you can use the and condition. All right. Let's look into the other operator, which is or. So here is very small change. So instead of a and, I'm going to use a or. So it means that either this should be true or this should be true, one of them. If any one of them is going to be true, so I am going to return the value. In earlier case, this, three conditions should be true. Here, anyone is fine, right? So let's see, select student ID, gender, marks from the table name where the marks greater than 50, or if you don't have marks greater than 50, then check whether the gender is equal to female. This is also fine. All right. So basically you can change different columns accordingly. You have to change the data here. So I cannot say gender equal to or greater than 50, right? It is not going to work, right? If it is an integer, you have to have an integer data here. If it is a object or a string, you have to have an object or a string with respect to the column name. So let's execute this. So here you can see that. So here what is matching here? Greater than 100, sorry, greater than 50 is matching, right? That's why it is returning. So here it is not greater than 50, but what happened when the cursor comes to the next point, it will check this is going to fail, but this is going to pass. Still I will be able to return it, right? So here 37 is failing, but one of the condition is getting true here, which is gender equal to female. So it is returning. All right. So here we have a male, but the score is greater than 50. So it is returning. Right. One of the condition is getting true. So I'm able to see all those results. All right. So let's look into the null one. So what happens, right, in real time, most of the time what happens, whenever we have a data, whenever somebody is entering a data, we will see some of the null values. Null values means, suppose say that student ID, right? We have a student ID and we have a gender and we have a marks. So what happens, student ID entered, gender entered, here marks, and for this guy, by mistake, marks not entered. By mistake, marks not entered. So it means this is basically null value. N-U-L-L. Null means nothing is there, not a number, N-A-N. All right. So it means that there is a null value. So now if I want to see the marks, if I return this particular column, right, this entire column, it is not useful for me because there is no marks at all. Somebody made a mistake. I don't want to see that because there is no marks. What I will do? So there are some situations, I think in real time, most of the tables will have some or other null values in different columns. Now, if I select all the rows, right, and if there are so many nulls, it is not going to help me. So what I will do, I will put a condition saying that I want rows only which are having a values. So I don't want to return any null values. So that's where this not null will comes into picture. So I will say select the column name from the table, right? From the table. So where marks is not null is the syntax here. Is not null. That's how you should mention. Is not null. Right? So wherever there is a null, I don't want that records. So let's execute this. So we know that there are no nulls, right? Obviously, it is going to return all the data. There is no question about it. All right. So, but let's do one thing. I will say is null. I will remove the not. I want to see the rows, right? Wherever marks are, marks column is having a null because I want to see how many rows or how many students marks not entered in the table. I need to know so that I can select those IDs and tell the office guys that okay, you have not entered the marks for these students. You have to revalidate and enter the data. Right? This is most important, right? Now I want to see wherever marks is null, I want to see only those rows. In that case, I will mention is null. I will remove this not. I'll just mention is null, then I will execute. So we don't have any such records in our table where marks equal to null. So yes, it is not going to return any data. My suggestion is when you are creating a table, for one of the row, don't enter anything. Don't enter anything. and that time you'll be able to see one of the row here. All right. Yes, that's all in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Keep learning.